Hey there, aspiring writers. Let me tell you a story about Mira. Mira always dreamed of being a writer. Her notebooks were bursting with ideas and her laptop was cluttered with half-written manuscripts, but nothing ever felt good enough. One day, while wandering down a forgotten alley, she stumbled upon a hidden gem, the library of unwritten books. Curiosity got the best of her and she stepped inside. The air was thick with the scent of dust and ink, and the shelves seemed to stretch on forever, defying the size of the small building. An elderly librarian with round glasses greeted her. "Welcome," said the librarian with a knowing smile. "First time here, aren't you?" Mira nodded, intrigued. "What is this place?" she asked. The librarian explained. "This is where all the books that were never finished, never published, or never written end up." She gestured to the endless shelves. "Every book here exists in the mind of someone who never brought it to life." Mira's heart pounded as she ran her fingers over the spines. Some were blank, others had titles that seemed oddly familiar. And then one book caught her eye, The Silent Hour by Mira Calloway, her name, her book, but she had never written The Silent Hour, not yet. With trembling hands, she opened the first page. The words flowed in her handwriting, telling a story she had never even thought of before. It was perfect, raw, beautiful, exactly the kind of novel she had always wanted to write. How is this here?" she whispered. The librarian sighed. "This is the book you would have written if you had believed in yourself. But since you never started, it remains here, unfinished, unwritten in your world." Mira clutched the book to her chest. "Can I take it with me?" The librarian shook her head. "No one can take a book from this library, but you can leave, go home, and finally write it yourself." Mira hesitated. If she walked away, would she ever be able to recreate what was written here? But if she stayed, the book would remain in the library forever. A story untold. She took a deep breath, looked at the words one last time, and turned toward the door. "I'm going to write it," she promised. The librarian smiled. "Then this book won't be here the next time you visit." As Mira stepped outside, she felt lighter, as if she had left her doubts behind. That night, for the first time in years, she sat at her desk, opened her laptop and began to write. This time she wouldn't stop. So, to all the aspiring writers out there, remember, your unwritten book is waiting. All you have to do is start.